Noswaith dda, good evening. My name is Mrs. Roach and I'd like to tell you about the Food Science and Nutrition course. This is an applied qualification that allows you to demonstrate your knowledge through practical activities. So if you're the type of person that likes hands-on education, this could be great for you. It links in well with subjects like sports, health and social care, business, science, and is graded from distinction star to a pass. This qualification carries the same UCAS points as traditional A-level subjects. Food is part of everyday life, influenced by local, regional and international produce. The food industry is an ever-changing picture. Health and well-being have become more important than ever during current times. We are being educated through different forms of media. There are many TV programs and social platforms encouraging us to eat healthily and have fun learning to cook. How many of you have had to spend more time cooking at home recently? Have you ever wondered where our food comes from and how it has been made? The Food Science and Nutrition course on offer at Ysgol Dyffryn Aman will help you make better choices. So I'm sure many of you will be asking why you chose to study Food Science and Nutrition. Well, the food and drink industry is the UK's largest manufacturing sector, and you might see the future in hospitality and catering. However, the career opportunities are vast. You could become a sports nutritionist, a fitness instructor, work for government agencies like the Food Standards Agency. The NHS also has many opportunities as a carer, dietitian or nutritionist. You could use your scientific knowledge to develop food in industry or be responsible for feeding our forces staff. The list is endless. Food Science and Nutrition is run as a 2-year diploma course, but you could achieve a certificate after 1 year if you decided not to carry on. The course consists of 4 units of work, 2 mandatory and 2 optional units. Unit 1 is achieved in Year 12, and Unit 2 plus either Unit 3 or 4 is achieved in Year 13. At Ysgol Dyffryn Aman we choose Unit 3, as this gives students the opportunity to carry out interesting and exciting experimental work. Both parts of Unit 1 need to be complete, meeting the nutritional needs of specific groups. The first part allows you to develop your practical skills and cook a range of interesting dishes, as can be seen by these images. This assessment is internally marked and requires you to plan, prepare, cook and serve a 3-course meal. The brief is set by the WJEC, and this unit of work accounts for 25% of the diploma or 50% of the certificate. The second part of Unit 1 is the written 90-minute paper. It is a well-structured paper enabling candidates of different abilities to access it. Section A are short answered questions, Section B extended questions, and Section C is a case study linked to a specific target group. You will need to analyse a person's diet and lifestyle and suggest improvements. This is externally marked and is 25% of the diploma or 50% of the certificate. The Unit 2 assessment, Ensuring Food is Safe to Eat, is carried out in Year 13. A knowledge of food spoilage microorganisms is essential, and this work is externally assessed. This task requires you to respond to a scenario set by the WJEC in May of Year 13. It is an 8-hour assessment which requires you to identify risks and hazards, thus avoiding foodborne illnesses. You'll also need to identify ways of eliminating these hazards and risks. This assessment is 25% of the diploma. The last unit that you'll do is experimenting to solve food production problems. You will be faced with a real food problem and will need to carry out exciting and interesting practical work to solve these problems. Images on this slide show how the candidate investigated the correct conditions needed to make bread, the range of flavours available, and finally the different shapes that could be considered to make this a successful product. This is internally assessed and worth the final 25% of the diploma. So here are some of the skills that our food students will need. First of all, they'll need to enjoy experimenting with food. They need to be good at meeting deadlines. They need to enjoy finding out about food and the science involved. They need to have good literacy, numeracy and digital literacy. They need to enjoy doing coursework and making choices. They want to learn to cook and present dishes well. They'll need to be organised and able to plan, and they need to be creative, innovative and enthusiastic. To support students with a WJC Level 3 in Food Science and Nutrition, these books have been produced. One to cover the certificate in Year 12 and the diploma in Year 13. So finally, to recap, an understanding of food and nutrition is relevant to many industries and job roles. Care providers and nutritionists in hospital use this knowledge, as do sports coaches and fitness instructors. Hotels and restaurants, airlines and tourist attractions, food manufacturers and government agencies also use this understanding to develop menus, food products and policies that support healthy eating initiatives. Pupils who exceed in GCSE Food and Nutrition or Hospitality and Catering could progress to studying the Level 3 Food Science and Nutrition Certificate in Year 12 and the Level 3 Food Science and Nutrition Diploma in Year 13. Many employment opportunities within the field of food science and nutrition are available to graduates. The food industry is one of the world's fastest growing industries. Nutrition with regards to the health or sporting industry has a huge role to play. The food industry contains many multinational companies, and there are many opportunities to travel abroad if you wish to spread your wings. Here are some examples of what former students have attained with a food qualification. A former student spent a gap year catering at Camp America. 3 former pupils are food technology teachers at schools within a 10-mile radius of Ammanford. 1 is running her own bijou country house in Llanelli, and a former student joined the Navy and is now a Chief Petty Officer in charge of a group of personnel responsible for the training and recruitment of new students. If you require further advice, please do not hesitate to contact myself or Ms. Samuel. Thank you.